All right. Moving forward. All right, that completes our national committee report. It says here acceptance speech. So I promise this will not last long. Right, 12 seconds. So again. All right, first off, thank you very much. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'd like to thank, first off, I'd like to thank the Democratic Party of Arkansas for the chance to serve. But I also want to say an absolute amazing thank you to former Chair Grant Tennille, to our Vice Chair and Interim Chair, Janie Cotton, and also to the officers, the staff, and to each and every one of you that got us to this position. When I look at this room, I see Arkansans committed to making a difference in our state and in our nation. You have built momentum. We have recruited strong candidates. All right. We have expanded our ground game. In the Army, we like to call this setting conditions, right? Setting conditions for success. And the result of that is we've had the best election cycle that has happened in 18 years. So it's time to carry that momentum forward, okay? And this won't be easy, but nothing worth doing is ever easy. I want to say this. Everybody tells me that the job of the chair is to raise money. I have some experience with that, but I'll also say it's not simply raising money. All right? What we've got to do is we've got to look at a plan. And what I have proposed, and I've spoken to many of you about this, right? I'm talking about a 5-year planning horizon that gets us through 2 election cycles and through 2 legislative sessions. Okay, so winning elections is merely a component. But the way we grow our county parties, which I will submit to you, we will truly start to see change in this state when we have 70 active county parties. Right now, we've got somewhere between 52 and 55. So we've all got some work to do. All right. But we'll truly start to see those changes. But that's an enabling function. Right? Our communication is an enabling function. Our ability to recruit candidates is an enabling function. Those are all part of that 5-year plan that I'm proposing. So what I'll say is that within 90 days, we will deliver a draft of that plan. And there's folks in here who have already indicated that they would be willing to help. And also within 90 days, we will deliver a county party and auxiliary assessment that gives us a roadmap, an idea of where we need to go. And we are truly committed to completing that. Another thing that we will do within that 90 days, and I always refer back, one of the things that's great about running for Congress, and a few of us folks in here have done it, you get to work with the county parties in that congressional district. And one of the things that I learned with those auxiliaries and with those parties is that everybody does something well. And what we've got to do is take those little silos of excellence that exist all over our state and make them available to everyone else. So we'll put together a growth and action toolkit. And I always refer to Faulkner County. You want to talk about some organized people? Faulkner County is the place to go. But you want to talk about some folks that can run a meeting? Maybe we all should learn, but can run a meeting? Go to Sebastian County. Okay? And when you talk about folks that can work volunteers, go to Washington County. And I say that because all across this state, Democrats are doing things well. We've just got to share that information. And as soon as we do, it immediately improves our capability, capacity, and ability to win elections. So I appreciate the chance to do this. And I say this, the other thing that I promise and commit, and this has been discussed and alluded to over the course of today, If you call 200, 225, 230 people on the state committee, and the common theme that runs through that conversation is sometimes we feel like we're being talked at and not talked with, that's something that we've got to take back as a state party. That's something that we've got to address, and that's something that we've got to improve. So we have dialogue and we have collaboration, and that we talk to each other more than for 3 hours every 90 days in a big conference room. And so that's a commitment that I make, that we will work and move forward with. And so, again, I appreciate this. This is an incredible honor to serve as your chair. I appreciate the opportunity to serve. I do want to, I appreciate the opportunity not just to work with our parties and our auxiliaries, but our incredible legislators who are carrying our democratic values and that democratic agenda forward every day. You talk about the folks in the fight; they're the ones doing it, and so I appreciate this chance more than you can imagine. And I said this earlier, but I want to make put a finer point on it. And I was corrected. I initially said it might have been Isaiah, but it turns out it was Proverbs. There's a verse in the Bible that says that as iron sharpens iron, so a friend sharpens a friend. Right? This process that we have gone through to talk with each other, to conduct a campaign, to elect a chair, all of that is positive. It's good. It's got debate and dialogue out that we should all be having. And now, much as with what Representative Collins said, now is the time we come back together. Now is the time we move forward. Now is the time that we carry those democratic values, because outside of here, outside of this room, not everybody shares those same values we do. And we've got to be the folks that carry that forward for our Kansans. We've got to be the people that do that for our nation. And so I appreciate you for this opportunity. I am honored to be your chair. And together we can do this, and let's plan and let's win. And I'll end this the same way that I end every speech I've given, and I've probably given hundreds now. As always, God bless our teachers, God bless our troops, and God bless Arkansas. Thank you. Thank you. All right, now turning it over to Vice Chair Dustin Parsons. He's going to close us out with the agenda and the announcements. Dustin, you are recognized.
Hello, everybody. Just be ready. Before I do, my lovely colleague here, Gracie Ziegler, wants to make one quick statement about auxiliaries.
Thanks, Dustin.
Yes, ma'am.
So as you've seen today, we have a very active auxiliary group at our base, and I know that they're not stopping where they are. I'm really proud of the work that they've done and what they've brought forward, and they're going to continue to work on that. And I want to take a moment to recognize that what our auxiliaries do, just like Billy said, it's strengthening the base of our party. And they're often the new energy and the things that we need to hear and maybe are too afraid to ask ourselves. They're not afraid to ask. They're not afraid to act. And they're going to continue to do this. So I would encourage everybody to find an auxiliary in addition to your state party, and go out and help them join, be a member. They're statewide. There are county specific ones. There are different levels at every turn you can think of, and we can always start new auxiliaries as well if there's a passion project you would like to do. So that commitment to innovation definitely showed up today, like I said. And I know we'll continue to see it. And I just want to say thank you again to the auxiliary groups that have worked so hard, and the ones that are coming forward. Thanks.
Not your turn.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to go through this as quick as possible. If you are a county leader, auxiliary leader, state committee member, I will type all of this up and I will send this out to you, because I know you're probably not listening, just like my kids in my classroom. But you're going to listen while I have your attention. So please remember to send your credentials in the back as you're going out. They have that stuff. Our next state committee will be tentatively be December 6th. This is a week earlier than previously announced because of a conflicting Democratic National Committee meeting, okay? So that's our tentative date. That's also usually falls right around the same weekend as the Arkansas Democratic Black Caucus party that night before. I'm looking at Mr. Ashley. I'm like, hey. The executive committee, if you're on that, is scheduled to meet September 25th and November 6th before the next state committee meeting. Remember, check your emails. County committee leaders. County level ballot access requirements like filing fees must be set by Saturday, October 3rd. Check your email. Okay, I know some of y'all have complained before and say I send out too many emails, so I held back a little bit. So you get long emails instead of lots of emails, okay? Between now and filing, if you are not getting emails, please email Dustin at arkdems.org. Send it to me. Even if you're auxiliary Gracie, you put Gracie instead of Dustin. We will make sure that emails are corrected and all of that stuff. Please, because if you send everything to Austin, he is doing a lot of things. If you send it to Micah, that's not her job. If you send it to Christina, that's not hers. If you send it to Sarah, that's not. So please help us. The party filing period begins Monday, November 3rd and ends Wednesday, November 12th. The date is different than in previous years, so be on the lookout. The Johnson County Democratic Party, they are thrilled to invite you to their inaugural Roosevelt dinner. Mr. Chairman, they have tickets back here. Dr. Chris Jones, he had to leave, but he will be the keynote speaker. So there will be more details to the link. Please see Mr. Kinney up here. The 29th Annual Democratic Party of Clark County dinner, Clinton Day dinner, that'll be Saturday, November 8th. Right around filing time. So, candidates, here's a prime time to go out there and meet people in an area, okay? This speaker is Senator Mark Pryor. Details and information are in your agenda. But again, I will be sending this out to you as well. And I know you're probably thinking, why are you reading it? Because Austin told me to, and I listen to everything Austin tells me to do. The Young Democrats of Arkansas invite all Democrats 35 years old and younger to their annual fall conference, being hosted this year by the Northeast Arkansas Young Democrats in Jonesboro. So be on the lookout for that information. You're also invited to Camp Target Smart, a hands-on tools and data training. So look over here, take a picture of this. We will be sending this out. There's more information. Our Camp Target Smart ladies in the back. If you are a county leader, smile back there. She's back there. Holler at her. Say, I want training. She's going to say, do this. We'll get you taken care of. Okay, moving right along. Thank you to all our volunteers. I appreciate everything you've done for us. We appreciate the employees here at the 4 Points by Sheraton. Thank you for being patient, because I know I went down there a couple times and said, it's hot. I want it fixed now. We can't even go to the bathroom. But anyway, that was beside the point. Our refreshment sponsors, thank you, National Committee Representatives Dana DeRee and Johnny Roebuck, Dr. Tommy Roebuck in Clark County. As always, thank you very much. If I didn't, Zach would have got me them. Okay, Democratic Party of Benton County's annual Little Flock Picnic is October 5th from 1 to 4. Tickets can be purchased at democraticpartybentoncounty.org on the events calendar. And one more. No, I got two more. Democratic Party of Pulaski County would like to welcome everyone to our cookout and school supply drive on August 23rd. That's 1 week from today at 5 p.m. in Jacksonville. We would also like to remind everyone that the next Democratic Party of Pulaski County meeting will be Monday, August 25th at 6 p.m. at Pulaski County Regional Building in Little Rock. Katrina, where you at? She might have stepped out, but I know there is some Pulaski County officers. If you got more questions about that and you want to be involved, they're all raising their hands. Holler at them. All right, Labor Rising Rally. You should have saw some of these. September 1st, Working Class Power in Arkansas, Labor Day, Monday 25th. Monday, September 1st, 2025. Sorry about that. 10 to 12, Arlington Lime. Okay. Next, Arkansas Food Bank, Hunger Month. Okay. September is Hunger Action Month. I'd like to encourage all county parties to contact and partner with food banks and pantries. Guys, this is a great opportunity to really show that Democrats are working in your counties. Get involved in some philanthropy, okay? I need you to do that. The goal this year is to destigmatize hunger, inform Arkansans of the options of food to fend off hunger. All resources can be found at the arkansasfoodbank.org/food. As Democrats, let's make a difference. And thank you, Mr. Tom Bartol. Has more information here. Stand, Mr. Tom, and he can also tell you what their county's doing. Thank you. With that being said, hold on. That is all, and I will type this up. I would like to turn it back over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dustin. All right, we have reached the end of our agenda. Is there any other business before the state committee? Yeah. All right. All right. Is there a second by a state committee member? All right, we do have a second. Are we voting or just doing it?